Here to beat the Astros. Well, look like the Astros gonna get beat twice this week. Once by my Braves, twice by my Mays High Raiders. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. It is season number 6, and it is episode 244. Woo! Yeah, yeah, ready, back. All right, y'all. We gotta get our special effects better. But anyway, we back, y'all, and we ready for another season, man. As my favorite show, Better Call Saul, goes off the air, your favorite show, Red Reverend Coach, comes back to the air. All right, y'all. What we got going on this week, man? I swear, Foot World must have known we was coming back this week because, man, we have got a lot to talk about. I mean, let's start off with the Deshaun Watson suspension. Finally, after a year and a half of this turmoil, we finally get a conclusion to this story. We got baseball phenom Fernando Tatis got suspended. Now, even the good players using steroids these days. Lord, what's going on? Man, we got Braves, a lot of Braves news to talk about so much, we'll just call it the entire Braves report. LeBron getting extended, Lord, will this guy ever go away? Durant, more of his drama, Lord, will this guy ever be happy? Ozuna even got arrested again. Lord, what is going on through that guy's head? Football season is on its way back. We got the Falcons report. We got the Steelers report. We even may have a UGA report. I don't know if there's a Shelby sighting anywhere nearby. Okay, y'all. But anyway, we're not wasting any more time. Okay, it's episode 244. I know the Rev Night Nation has been ready. I know Rev and Coach are ready. So let's get it started. We're not wasting any more time. Episode 244 starts now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another season, another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We're coming to you live, or Coach and Red are coming to you live from the ATL
ATL.
Show.
Shout it.
Shorty.
While Rev is coming to you live from the Ville, that's the 19320 in Pennsylvania. We're coming to give you real sports talk because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real
Real
Sports
sports
knowledge.
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 So hang out with your boys, the Red, the Reverend, and the Coach for episode 244 of the Red and Rare Sports Show. And as is our sports custom on the show, let's see what Coach is talking about when it comes to number 244. What you got for us, Coach?
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good hello, everybody. Episode 244. We're going to go with the 2 to the 4, and we're going to go with a Hall of Famer, a big time cornerback, and return guy who played in the NFL. He played college at Michigan, and he played in the NFL for several teams, including the Los Angeles or the Las Vegas Raiders, whatever they are now. Number 24, Charles Woodson. We're going to go with Charles Woodson for number 24, one of the best to play his position.
The Hall of Famer Charles Woodson. Good job, Coach. We thank you for staying away from the Steelers to start this season. We truly appreciate you. We truly appreciate you.
Now, now, Rev, you say you from PA this week? It's like you from on a lake this week, like Lake
Lake
Oconee.
Lanier. Lake Lanier.
Hey, Coach. Now, Coach, don't Rev look like he on that lake that Fredo got taken out in Godfather Part 2? Rev, you better watch your back, man. Shoot, I wouldn't go fishing on that lake, man.
Hey, hope they don't put no bricks on him.
Hey, I hope he don't start singing saying a prayer on that lake. Uh-oh.
Well, now, man, that's just my background. I'm getting ready to head out in a few to get some good seafood. So I'm getting
Hail Mary, Mother of God, Hail Mary.
All right. We see Red is in tip-top shape to start this season, and we want to make sure that the Revanite Nation is also in tip-top shape. Let's welcome the Revanite Nation. There is no show without the Revanite Nation.
Nation.
Let's see who's tuning in, gentlemen. The Vice President is in the building. What's going on? Mr. VP Joe Black. What's going on from Jacksonville? The President is back. Mr. Thomas Holcomb is Rev at one of my fishing spots. We got
Oh,
it going all
yeah.
right. I'm fishing for mermaids at the Grand Tortugas National Park in Key West. All right, he's got his book ready.
Here we go.
Gives coach an approval for Charles Woodson, played the game the right way. And Joe Black is loving on the maze gear. And you know this, man. Let's get ready to jump right into it. The fellas are going to be with you the whole time. I got to get out of here in just a few minutes. But we're going to start out like we normally do. Dope, Nope, and Cope. Coach, we'll start with you since you gave us a decent numbers game on today. What are you doping on, sir? What you got?
I'm doping on one Sylvia Fowles, who's going to shut it down at the end of the year. And, I mean, what a career this young lady had playing for Minnesota in the WNBA. She was never got in any trouble, never had any issues, and played the game. Was one of his top stars for years. So I'm gonna give Sylvia Fowles my coat moment.
Your dope moment, you mean?
Dope moment. I'm sorry. Dope.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Red, jump right in there. What you doping on, sir?
Well, I'm gonna elaborate about this a little later, but I gotta give a shout out to the Braves rookies. I mean, every last one of them. All the Braves rookies we bought up this year has played a significant factor in our success this season. Strider, Grissom, Jr., all three. And even the little catcher we bought up the other week, Trump, he came up and got 3 hits. The little guy we bought up the other day, Tarnok, he came in and got a strikeout. So every Braves rookie that has been bought up this year has contributed significantly. And all I got to say is, good job, Braves front office. But we're going to get into more of that a little later. But dope to all the Braves rookies this year.
All right. Red stole a little bit of my thunder, but I'm going to be very specific. I am doping on Michael, and the kid is not my son, Harris. getting a clutch double against the Mets to defeat Jacob deGrom and the Mets, to pull the Mets the Braves at that time to 3.5 games back from the New York Mets. So Michael Harris, keep it up, son. Keep being clutch in those key moments.
Oh, yeah.
Red, where at you, man? What are you noping on?
I'm noping on all the criticism that the black QBs were receiving during the offseason. And I know it started with Kyler Murray and his lack of practice skills. Video watching skills, but eventually it started turning to Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and other various black quarterbacks. And I just got to say a note moment, because we've come so far to accepting black QBs now. I hate for us to go back to the past to where black QBs are getting criticized before they even step on the field. So I just want to say a note to all of those folks who thought they had a time to throw their little comments around about black quarterbacks. No, all black quarterbacks do not deserve criticism, and each quarterback is to be taken as its own. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to be on a little lighter note moment. I am noping on the fact that they bring back the Mays versus Doug high school football rivalry in Atlanta, Georgia, the year I move away from Atlanta. I'm a little salty about that. But nevertheless, as you all can see, I'm representing Mays High to the day I die, and I'm expecting to hear some good news about a Mays High victory over the Douglas Astros. Go Raiders! But I'm noping that I can't be there in person.
Don't worry, Real. Go Raiders. I'll be here representing. I'm going to be representing all on my page today. Them Astros don't want none of me, boy. You don't want none of this smoke, boy. I already gave it to y'all yesterday, and more of it coming today. Ooh, boy. Y'all should have been praying for me to stay in a bad mood, because I'm pumped up now. I am pumped. Let's go.
All right, Red is pumped. Coach, what you noping on?
I'm noping on one, Coach Deion Sanders, Mr. Coach Prime, if you will, who has been approached by North Dakota State to play a home-and-home series, and Deion is saying, we're not ready. Well, Coach, when you going to get ready? Well, what's the problem? You say you want to be the best, and the best wants to play you to see what you got. What you got to lose? It's a non-conference game. You can see where your team is at, and you can play. But saying we don't want to go up there and lose, that's. I mean, y'all the Jackson State Tigers, not the Jackson State Chickens.
Coach taking a little shot at one. Oh, come on! All right. Let me jump right into this cope moment. I am coping on the fact that we still got 1.5 more weeks of preseason football. I am so tired of preseason football. Can we get to the real stuff? Because this stuff does absolutely nothing for me watching guys who probably won't even be in the NFL. They'll probably be auditioning for the XFL as well as the USFL as soon as they get cut in a week or two. So please hurry up. Let's get to the real season. Thank you.
You have got to be kidding.
All right, Coach, what are you coping on?
I'm coping on the fact that Houston Astros player Jordan Alvarez seems to be okay after he collapsed on the field kind of last night. He kind of got ill, and he had a shortness of breath, and he had to leave the game. He said he's being analyzed by the doctors, and they think he's going to be okay, and everything's going to be fine. I'm just glad that he's going to be okay, and hopefully he'll be back in the lineup soon.
All right, Red, what are you coping on?
Really, Coach?
I mean,
I
don't want anybody to be sick. I want him to play. I don't want any trouble. I don't want anybody to be sick or anything.
I get it. And on top of that, we've been shutting him down since last year anyway. So whether he play or not, he can't handle my praise. But anyway, what am I coping on? I'll tell you what I'm coping on. These delusional, crazy, insecure Matt Ryan fans.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God. Lord have mercy. What is going on? Now, it's amazing that they took their delusion from the Falcons. Now they don't took it to the Colts fan base. I mean, you actually had some clown tell me that Matt Ryan is going to win NFL MVP. Lord have mercy. I tell you, I cannot wait for you Matt Ryan fans to fall on your face, okay? Now, he's already proven me and Rev right when he lost 4 straight years here. 4 straight losing seasons, and this guy still got folks to defend him. Now you better go to the Colts and all of a sudden change their lives. Whatever, okay? He ain't gonna do nothing in Indiana that he hadn't done here the last 4 years. He finna go over there. It's gonna be a lot of hype, and in the end, he gonna be the same old Matt Ryan, okay? Rev just tell you his playoff record, and I can tell you what he ain't gonna do. What he ain't gonna do is win big, okay? And please stay off my Facebook page for every little cheap victory he get this season. I told you, Matt Ryan can do it. He ain't doing nothing. When the playoffs come, if they make the playoffs, he'll do just what he did when he was in Atlanta. Fall flat on his face, okay? Matt Ryan ain't doing a doggone thing. Indy, you don't have a chance, okay? Jacksonville and Tennessee gonna win that division. I can't wait to get my NFL preview this year.
Red has spoken. Now let the Reverend Rev Sports Show Church say amen. All right, let's jump into what the Reverend Knight Nation is doping, and coping on today. Let's see if they are back. And let's see, oh Lord, Rev about to be taken out.
Hail Mary.
Rev fishing for souls to say. The president is doping on the Bravos. That's the Post. The VP, great dope coach Sylvia Fowles did a thing throughout her long career. The president says, Michael, the kid is not my son Harris. Getting that bag, sure did. Joe Black doping on the kid is not Rev's son getting paid. Yes, he did. Vincent Woodard doping on Trey Lance just because it's not Jimmy Gigolo. Thomas Holcomb, a Wheat Street moment. Ramona Benson's son, Will Benson, makes his debut with the Cleveland Guardians and scores the winning run. Yeah, I remember little Will when he was younger. He's big Will now, like 6'7", 6'8". That is dope. Thomas Holcomb, also the president, says moping on Deshaun Watson's fine is akin to me to putting just 1 gallon of gas in the Joe Black is doping on all this black and gold walking around Duval for a preseason game.
Yes, sir, Joe Black.
Vincent Woodger said nope on the hypocrisy of how QBs are punished in relation to the ones committing similar or worse crimes, but I digress. Sounds about white, no doubt. Noping on, the president is noping on as much as it has been tried. The WNBA is just not the attraction. Every stat is being blown out of proportion. Breaking news, WNBA player wakes up, eats breakfast. It's
Hey, Tom, look at Kiss Plum, baby.
Joe Black missing out on my alma mater's North Clayton greatest rivalry against Riverdale. All right.
Uh-oh.
Represent the suburban Atlanta. Why don't you? Sister Brickers almost missed the memo. Hello, fellas. Hey Sister
Dana.
Brickers. Joe Black, Mike, this is the only time you get to see the Falcons on Monday night. For sure.
Oh, Joe.
And I'll see those who won't be playing in the regular season. Lord have mercy. All right, the
Wait.
VP says we can't have an episode without mentioning Matty Rice Patty. The president says, as he copes, a lot of people hate on him, but LeBron is going to be the story for the next season. Bigger question is, will he and Bronny get to play together? We'll see. We'll talk about that a little later. Joe Black says he gets to see Matt in person in week 2. God bless you, sir. Enjoy. All right, and then the president is coping on Tom Brady still the GOAT.
Yeah.
We got VP, and the Oscar goes to Redrick Aloysius Rose for his betrayal of folks on his page, stomping from Matty Rice Patty. And then the president's coping on LIV versus PGA is going to be epic. Yeah, that's a huge battle right there. And then the president also has a special cope, Ozunimus, the Bobby Brown of the great.
Oh, Lord, Bobby
Yeah.
Brown.
The president, the VP, and the River Night Nation is ready, locked, and loaded. So, gentlemen, as we comment and make our statements, be sure we're on point because River Night Nation is ready to go in on us if by chance we make that mistake.
I hope every little step he makes is out the door.
No doubt. Joe Black says Brady is the missing goat right now. All right. Let's get ready to go right into our Braves report because the Braves are smoking. So let's get ready to jump right into it. Red, you're on deck. Get ready, my brother. Let's go.
It's game time. It's GT.
Well, what's up, y'all? I know, it's the Braves report, man. And I swear, it don't even feel like we are the world champs, man. It feel like we just still playing like we just so hungry. And I love it. I just love my Atlanta Braves. I tell you, that's the best thing this city has to offer is the Atlanta Braves when it comes to a consistent sports team. The Bulldogs represent for the whole state, but the Braves, they represent Atlanta. Well, Cobb County. But, Atlanta still the same old Atlanta. Well, anyway, I know I told y'all when we went on vacation. I know, Coach. I know I told y'all when we went on vacation that came back that the Braves would be in first place. And technically, if it weren't for a few circumstances, we would have been in first place. But hey, the Mets are tougher than we officially gave them credit for. They trying to hold strong, but you can keep holding, Mets, and holding. But like I told you last week, my Braves coming, baby. Oh, yeah, we coming. Just 3.5 back as we speak right now. So, what happened this week? Well, this was probably the most important week of the season so far. The biggest series of the week so far. 4 games with the Mets starting on Monday. And what did my Braves do? I mean, just kick in that door and just put their foot in their butts. I mean, just stomp a mud hole in the Mets. I mean, Braves beat them 3 out of 4. And even the game we lost, technically we should have won. I mean, we scored 7 runs. You can't win when you score 7 runs. Who was pitching that night? Oh, yeah, that sorry fool we got from Houston. He the only reason we didn't sweep the doggone Mets. Jake Odozie, I better not see you on the Braves mound again in the starting uniform. Snit, you better not put that guy back out there. He is not Braves material, okay? Luke Jackson more Braves material than Jake Odozie. Dozy. Matter of fact, Will Smith more Braves material than Jake or Dozy. I need a receipt from that trade. I may need to bring Will back and send Jake back over there where he belongs, okay? This dude pitching like the Astros in the playoffs. Not consistent. Anyway, well, like I say, my Braves took 3 out of 4 from the Mets this week, and we beat the Astros last night. So that's 5 games this week. My Braves went 4-1. Spencer Strider, he was talking trash about the Mets, and he came out on Monday and backed it up. I know the Mets are ready to tee off on him, but no, he backed it up. So you can save all your comments in the New York Post and the New York whatever. Save them all because you didn't get to use them because Spencer backed them up. And then, was that the game we beat them 13-2? Whatever. One game, they just couldn't stop us. I mean, couldn't get us out. Wham, 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 all over the field. I thought the Mets had a good bullpen. What happened to all that pitcher they had? Carlos Carrasco, get out of here. We beat them so bad, we put them on the injured list. Get out of here. Anyway, the Braves handled business this week, okay? They took care of business with the Mets, and they started kicking the Astros' butt like we did in the World Series. So we went 4-1 this week. Now, let's talk about a few things that I didn't get to. Braves have been locking up some of their players. You know how Alex do. He locks up the core early. Don't wait till late when they can start, try to break the bank. He lock them up early. We took care of Rev's cousin this week. Junior Harris, that's right, got him locked up, got the whole family taken care of this week. Austin Riley, got him locked up for a decade, over 200 bills. Oh, boy, like I say, things just going so good in Braves land. I don't want to speak too much. I know Rev and Coach got some things to say, but things are going good this week for Braves, and things have been going good all summer for the Braves. I'm sure I got more to talk on it, but I'll give my co-host a chance to chime in.
Coach, what do you guys say about the Braves, and in particular, are you moving something? Somebody move something. In particular, we know you've been knowing Mike Harris's family for a while. Somebody moving something. Is that, Coach? Stop moving whatever you're moving, man. There's some noise in the background.
Right. Trying to be still.
Like eating a bag of chips.
Be still.
No.
You trying to eat something on
no.
the screen?
No.
Anyway, what are your thoughts about Mike Harris getting that extension?
Well, I chatted with his pops and everything, and they're ecstatic. They're happy. They're feeling like, hey, he deserves it. And his dad was a great ball player at Alcorn when I played back in the day. So he's past his daddy now. His daddy knows it. He said, hey, his daddy knows that he's doing the thing and he's proud. And actually, they have a sister and who's coming up as another athlete that's playing softball in college. So, hey, got an athletic family. So glad for Mike and the family. Glad that he's doing well and he's locked up. And like Red said, the Braves locking up players to make this thing good for the next 5 or 10 years. And on a sad note, Red, you talked about the odorous Jake Odorizzi. I just want to say, now he didn't pitch half bad when he came back from the rain delay, but he may need a rain delay every time he pitches to get good. I don't know, so we'll see.
Well, the damage was already done before for the rain delay. They were already down by 4 or 5 runs. So,
I know.
For real.
They didn't do anything worse after the rain delay. But Red, pitch it over to you right quick. Austin Riley signed for 10 years. Your thoughts? Red.
Oh, Red.
Yeah, Red.
Oh, me? My thoughts?
Austin Riley signed for 10 years. What you got?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, that was a good deal. You take up his arbitration years. You take up you pretty much got Austin locked up through the prime of his career. I think he was 23, 24 now, or 25. So yeah, we got him locked up to mid-30s. Anything he gonna do it right there in this time span. So we gonna get the best of Austin Riley. And it was smart to lock him up because this dude looked like 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, and it seemed like his hitting, not just his power, but it seemed like his hitting is becoming better. And if we can get him hitting on the same level, or at least close to the same level as Freddie, we're going to be good. We're going to be good because remember, Rev, at first, Austin couldn't, if it wasn't a fastball, Austin had no chance at the plate. But now when the dude is looking off-speed pitches, looking off-speed pitches, knowing when to swing, when not to swing. I mean, look, his batting average is in the 290s now. So if we can keep Austin, like, just hitting up in the 290s, 300, with the added power, with the consistent defense, yeah, Braves done locked up another stud. And I remember when he first came up, he was nothing but power. We got a little worried. But, yeah, it seemed like he done definitely tweaked his game and tweaked it for the best.
All right. It's interesting that we could probably argue the fact that Austin Riley's been the best Braves player for the past 2 years. We know Acuna went down with injury. Acuna is not the same player he was before he got injured. He's starting to get his rhythm back, but Austin Riley has been the most consistent Brave these past 2 years, and for the second year in a row, he's in MVP talks, and it's quite conceivable with the Braves' run that Austin Riley could be the MVP of the National League. So we'll see what happens. But let's go on to some other things. We know that they also brought up Vaughn Grissom, who replaced Albies and the other guy who got hurt after Albies got hurt, and Vaughn Grissom came from AA into the major leagues, just like Mike Harris did about 2 months ago. And Vaughn Grissom has made a great impression upon the Braves team. The Braves have not skipped a beat in the field or in the batting order with Vaughn Grissom being in the lineup. So here's the question. The Braves are in preliminary talks with Dansby Swanson. We know that second base is already locked up because Albies is signed up until like 25, 26. Do the Braves go with Vaughn Grissom at shortstop, or do they give Dansby Swanson the bag, pay him $20+ million a year? What's your thoughts, Red?
Coach, you want me to go?
What's your thoughts, Red?
Oh, me? Okay. My thoughts are they're going to negotiate. Now, I know, and especially after what we just said with Grissom's emergence, we're not going to break the bag. We're going to give them a bag, but it's not going to be the bag. It's going to be a bag. Okay, so not the bag, but a bag. And the bag we give them, to me, I know it'll be significant. It'll be enough to take care of his family for the next, him and his grandkids at least. I don't know about the great-grands, but him and his grandkids will be taken care of. And like you think, Dansby is an Atlanta kid. Now, if you're going to take the chance and leave us, because I know Alex is going to give him a respectable offer. Maybe not the offer I put on my Facebook page yesterday. I know that was a little too much. But I know Alex will give him a respectable offer.
What do you think is a respectable offer?
Say that again, Real.
What do you think is a respectable offer?
I say, well, the guy from Toronto, Marcus Semien, got 6 year, 165. I think anywhere between, I will agree with you guys that says $25 million annually. That's a little bit significant. So I can back off that right there. But I say $20 million a year might be. I mean, if Alex offered him the contract 7 years, that's paying him $20 million annually, I think that would be fair.
Coach,
and if he turned it down, say that again.
Let me go to Coach right there. $20 million. Your thoughts on Red's suggestion for $20 million for Dansby Swanson?
Well, Dan, it's time for you to go. I'm sorry. Grissom playing too well. Time to go, son. I'm sorry. I'm just playing. Hey, Grissom and Harris, the way you all talked about earlier, has brought that youth infusion in there. And right now, balling. But I don't think you let Dansby go. You know, you keep him. You got, I would say, in the neighborhood of $20 million might sound about right for Dansby. The way he's improved.
I mean, add leadership into that.
Huh?
Leadership. See, I'm adding him being the leader of the team. And so not just the best player on the team. Dansby, to me, is the leader. Now that Freddie's gone, Dansby is the leader in that clubhouse. He's the one that all the young guys look to. As Vaughn Grissom, he took Vaughn Grissom, put his arm around him, even told him, kid, Don't worry about nothing. As long as you contribute into this team, it's all good. Dansby wanted to get in that kid's head. Don't worry about all the rumors about you taking my place next year. That's not what's important. What's important is us winning. So see, stuff like that, that's why Dansby is valuable to the team because of in addition to his consistent play, in addition to what he brings on the field, it's his leadership in the clubhouse is what I'm thinking about going forward. Because without Freddie, Dansby is the next thing closest to a leader that we have. And being from the Atlanta area.
Hold up, Red.
Go ahead, Red.
Hold up. There's a reason why Dansby hadn't gotten the bag as quickly as Mike Harris got, as quickly as Acuna got, as quickly as Albies got. Let's be reminded that Dansby was a dud for the most part for the beginning of his career. It's not like until like the last 2 years where Dansby has finally lived up to being the number 1 draft pick in the major leagues. All right. So with that being said, I'm still not inclined to pay him $20 million a year because I've seen more seasons of him being a dud than being this current Dansby. And therefore, we got to look at the long term. All right. We thought we couldn't make it without Freddie Freeman. We see that's dispelling that notion, right? Dansby, thank you for stepping up to be a leader. But we got this stud named Vaughn Grissom, who I think has the it factor. He has the same it factor as Michael Harris. One thing we got to realize, guess who's not been signed yet? Pitchers. And if you give Dansby the bag, then are you going to have enough money to give Max Fried the bag, Spencer Strider the bag? Are you going to have more money to give Charlie Morton another year or two? Are you going to have more money to give Kyle Wright? So somebody has to be sacrificed. And for me, thank you, Dansby, for helping us win the championship. Thank you for making the last play, throwing the person out to secure the Braves World Series championship. But there's a new sheriff in town. His name is Vaughn Grissom. And I think Vaughn Grissom should take his place because they can show him the bag at the same level as they showed Mike Harris the bag. And then they could be able to pay these pitchers because we must realize the pitchers are not signed for long-term deals as the position players. What's your thoughts?
So you make a good point, but I think Alex is looking at the big picture just like you. So I'm pretty sure he's aware that money has to be available for Max Fried, who's gonna be ready. Up in 2024. So we still got him for another year or two. Right. We still got him to 2027, I believe. Spencer Strider still got him for a while too. So what you said is real. As long as your boy, who you have absolute faith in, Alex. So if you're looking at the big picture, I'm pretty sure he's looking at the big picture too. So I'm pretty sure he realizes that it has to be some money left for the pitchers. And like I say, I'm not with overpaying Swanson. There's a limit that I'm not going to go over for Swanson. I'm sure Alex has it in his head. It's a price he's not going to go over for Swanson too. Because like you say, at the end of the day, worst case scenario, we still got Vaughn Grissom in our back pocket. So I think Alex will do what's right for the client. Look, keeping Dansby and Vaughn ain't a bad thing. Cause we can always put Vaughn in left field. The kid is a utility player. I think he's gonna be a good utility player for us. Second base, whether he moves shortstop, whether he can even take some play some in the outfield, and we still have Dansby and his bat in the lineup, just like we did with Contreras. We got Contreras and Darno on the team. Both of them are valuable, so we put Contreras at the DH some games and still have Darno in the lineup. I know who gonna be the odd man out, and that's Mr. DUI himself. He's gonna be the odd man out. That's who won't have a spot going forward. But other than that, I think the Braves will do everything they can to try to keep this core together, including Dansby, including Vaughn. They'll try, but like you say, if Dansby wants to get the biggest bag possible, you're right. He probably going to have to get it with another team because the Braves, they have plans, they have limits, and they're not going to kill salary. Well, ain't no salary cap, but it's just not gonna kill their long-term plans just to satisfy one player. Freddie learned that last year, and Dansby, I hope you don't have to learn that this year. But still, I would love to keep Dansby at the right price with the kids, Vaughn and Harris, and all the young studs going forward. Because I think that'll just make us unstoppable.
All right. Well, we've given a lot of information on the Braves. We're going to switch gears, move into some football.
I know.
We know that the
On Braves report.
Suspension has been big news. As we start this particular segment, let's hear what Deshaun Watson had to say after his suspension was moved from 6 games to 11 games.
Move forward with my life and with my career, and things happen on the legal side that you got to continue to just keep pushing forward and moving.
Deshaun, if you maintain your innocence, is this punishment unfair?
I can't speak on the fairness. I only can really control what I can control, and that's throughout this process. The NFL did what they had to do, and the NFLPA, communicated with the legal side. Like I said before, I focused on, being out here, being the best teammate and football player and quarterback I can for the Cleveland Browns, and I let the legal side handle their side.
All right, gentlemen, you heard Deshaun Watson speak on his suspension, moving to 11 games, trying to be the best person he can be. Coach, we'll start with you real quickly. Your thoughts about the suspension being moved from 6 games to 11 games.
I appreciate the NFL giving him 11 as a Steelers fan. They should have given him the year. You predator. No, I'm just playing. Well, I mean, I just don't like the fact that Roger Goodell seemed to think he's the Gestapo of the NFL, which he tries to be. Always jumping in after somebody else. You hire somebody else to give him a ruling on this, and then it ain't enough for you. You jump in there and say, let's give him more. I mean, Goodell, come on now. You're not. I know you're not in the business to win friends, but sometimes you overstep your bounds just a little bit and go change things. Now, should Deshaun Watson have got 11 games? The only thing bad about it was what Sue Robinson, the judge, put in that report about predatory behavior and words like that. See, words like that change that whole thing for Deshaun Watson. I don't think if she hadn't put that in there and just said he's going to be suspended because of his actions, I'm sure the NFL would have been like, okay. But of course, the NFL, they have a female fan base that they have to try to satisfy. So, they're going to try to ease that in there. I guarantee you that made part of the decision to move it up to 11 games. I guarantee that was a factor in moving that thing to 11 games, and then say we're going to hit him in the pocket. He's been hitting the pocket already, but they got to make it. Then they say he's going to undergo counseling, and then Deshaun and his apology, his first apology. I'm like, okay.
All right, Coach. Red, your thoughts?
I think the NFL just played themselves. I think they finally they tried to do the right thing, and in the end, they just got played. They got played by Deshaun Watson. And honestly, I ain't mad at all. I mean, the NFL has done their fair share of railroading. Coach, your stomach growling is affecting my testimony. But anyway.
What stomach? Not my stomach.
It was a joke about that noise we hear. But anyway, the NFL, I appreciate the NFL for trying to be fair, trying to, let other outside people come in and make decisions. But if what they were trying to get was a 1-year suspension, they played themselves. I mean, Deshaun Watson, he played the game the way he wanted. They wanted him to play the game. I mean, they did the investigation. The judge came back, said it was 6 games, but we all knew she was limited in what she could, give him a punishment with because of the bylaws in a collective bargain agreement. So the NFL did what we knew they were going to do. They appealed the suspension, brought an outside guy in, to make the decision. And what happened? They didn't get what they want. Man said 11 games. Deshaun Watson camp is happy. Cleveland Brown camp is happy. The only people that ain't happy is the NFL and the female fans who felt he should have been gone at least a year. I'm not mad at Deshaun Watson for standing by his innocence. I mean, the decision has been made. He can pretty much say what he wants now. I mean, to an extent now. You can't say what you want. But if he want to maintain his innocence after the suspension has been dropped down, okay. I mean, like I say, the decision has been made. He always felt he was innocent anyway. The little apology he gave last week for the preseason, that was just to save face though, because he was going to be in the public eye during the preseason game. Deshaun Watson has never waned from his, claiming his innocence. So I don't know what the NFL thought what was going to happen once he got the suspension. I mean, that he felt was as fair as it was going to get. I'm sure he would prefer the 6-game suspension, but 11 games plus the fine, I'm pretty sure you're not going to poo-poo on that because they did not want, Deshaun Watson did not want a year suspension. He did not want that. So for them to not get that, I don't think his camp is upset at all. Like I said, the only people that are upset is Roger Goodell because he gave up the power and didn't get what he wants, and the ladies who felt that Watson should have been suspended for a year. Other than that, I think everybody else, we moving on and going on with our business.
The ladies who got paid can care less how long.
Well, not those ladies. I mean, the ladies like Kimberly Martin and whatnot.
Yeah. Those ladies don't care, but the ones in the media, they definitely care. And I think Deshaun Watson, nobody knows what actually took place in those rooms with him and the ladies, but those who were in the room. And I think Deshaun Watson was in a rock and a hard place because he was in a no-win situation. No matter how much he cried his innocence, the bottom line is we are now living in a society that is paying back for the neglect of not listening to women who have been abused. So therefore, sometimes, and I'm not saying Deshaun Watson didn't do anything, but because there's that hypersensitivity to the fact that women's voices have been muted when they have talked about sexual assault and so forth and so on, nowadays, even if you're innocent, you will be proven guilty just by public perception. And I think deep down, Deshaun really believed he was innocent, but somebody got in his ear and said, look, you're not going to beat this. The bottom line is no longer how long you try to hold out, you're going to have to pay some type of price. And the price he had to pay was the millions, and now he's getting suspended. But the other thing is that for Deshaun Watson, it's better for this to happen this year than it does next year because that's when his real money kicks in. So this is best for Cleveland as well as Deshaun Watson that the suspension takes place this week. All right, Dante says, can he really stand by his innocent if he apologized and settled? How many times in life have you apologized and you did it just to be able to move on? Think about it in relationships. Think about it in family. Were you really contrite or you knew this is what you just had to do in order for things to move on? I believe everyone at the sound of my voice has apologized for something that they really didn't mean, but you knew you had to apologize in order for certain things to move forward and move on. Be in some relationships for a while. Be a part of family for a while. And we all know how that can happen when you apologize for something that you really don't believe that you did wrong, but to save face and to stop hearing the noise, this is what you got to do. So we understand that can happen.
Now, he's saying that's different. How is that different? Rev just explained it perfectly. That's exactly how it is, Dante. I mean, I can say the circumstances are different, but for what Rev is saying, that's exactly right. People have apologized lots of times to just kill the situation. Okay, people be like, all right, this is a no-win situation. It's best we just apologize and move on because if not, we'll be in the same circle forever and ever. Let's just move on. I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna be the big man. I'm gonna step up. Yeah, that's exactly what Rev's saying. And definitely with relationships, definitely dealing with women, plenty of guys don't say, man, I'm done. I can't deal with this no more. Babe, I'm sorry, whatnot. Mom, I'm sorry. Sister, cousin, whatever, co-worker. When you're dealing with sensitive people, sometimes just moving on is the best solution. So I agree with what you're saying 100%, Rev.
Here's the thing, Dante, that you have to understand is this. I can understand you don't want your name being associated as a predator. But when the NFL can basically legislate your wrong without you being criminally proven wrong, you're in a no-win situation. So even though the courts did not find anything that he did to be criminally wrong, because the league that he works in can still find fault. And again, if they did not find fault with him due to all of the allegations, then they would have had a bigger problem, a bigger woman problem. And therefore, they got a whole bunch of women in the media now that would be railroading the NFL until Jesus comes back. So he was in a no-win situation. The NFL is always going to side with public opinion. It's a business. They don't want anything to taint their business. So Deshaun Watson was in a no-win situation. Yes, he could have countersued, but he's going to lose that battle with the NFL because the NFL is in the business of trying to make things look right when they're not right. And the bottom line is somebody got in Deshaun's head and said, Deshaun, you are not going to win, because this thing is going to be a cloud over you the longer you try to fight it. So just settle, keep it moving, take the suspension, and move forward and move on. That's just the bottom line.
And Dante, with all those different masseuses, let's say he was 100% innocent with all of them. Nothing happened with none of them. With all those different things, like Rev said, the public perception is going to always be that this guy is something wrong with him, because why has he got all these different masseuses? Even though he could have just innocently just wanted sex from all of them, nothing more but sex, but still, the fact that everybody is thinking that going to, even, I ain't going to even say 60, 24 different masseuses. Dude, when you got athletes coming out saying, I want to use 1, 2, maybe 3 masseuses in my career, everybody thinks this is strange, okay? So that the fact that he got all of these different people filing lawsuits, saying something happened, like Rev said, dude, sometimes you just in a no-win situation. Unless every one of these victims gonna come on TV and say, okay, I was just lying. Did nothing really happen. It would probably literally take all 60 of them coming on TV saying nothing really happened. And even still somebody it would still be a group of people in the background saying, well, they probably got paid to come on TV and say that really happened. So still, Deshaun Watson would still be in a no-win situation. Once all those different people start saying something happened each time we were together, his reputation was already ruined. So it's either let's just try to salvage what I can salvage. Let's try to save my career, which is what is the most important. He's trying to save his football career. As far as what's saying and what people saying about him and what's written on paper and whatnot, you can't control it, man. The best thing you can do is just try to salvage this situation and make the best of it as you can possibly can. And I think that's what Deshaun Watson did to the best of his ability. Because like Rev said, dude's in a no-win situation. It's going to be people when he's 50 years old still talking about these masseuses.
Yeah, and that's the same thing which happened to Kobe. The week he died,
yep.
You still had Gayle King, I think that's her name, who brought up the situation with the rape. And that had been long years ago, long gone. But folks are still going to bring it up. And you're just not going to be able to stop that. All right, gentlemen, let's move over real quickly. Some basketball real quickly. We got the LeBron James extension, 2 years, 90 plus million, making him the highest paid player ever to play the game of basketball. We're going to take short takes real quickly. Short takes, Red. Short takes, Coach. We're going to start with Coach real quickly. What do you think about LeBron's extension with the Lakers? What you got, Coach?
On a side note, I'm getting a massage today, so pray for me. LeBron, hey, get your money, young man. Do what you gotta do. You looking out for yourself. Everybody seem to be somewhat upset or whatever. Hey, God bless him. Take your money, LeBron.
Red, jump in there. He's with your Lakers for at least 2 more seasons after this.
I guess. I mean, I don't tolerate them for 4 seasons. What's another 2 seasons? But we got to win. We got to get one more ring. If we get one more ring, it'll all be worth it. But with 6 seasons and 1 bubble championship, I'm telling you, Laker Nation is not going to be fine with that. LeBron, you got to go on 1 more championship run. So you better do everything you can to get Kyrie over there. Because Kyrie, with you and Anthony Davis, we got a chance. Anything other than that, no chance.
But here's the thing we got to pay attention to. It's not like LeBron hasn't held on to his end of the bargain. He can't help that Anthony Davis keeps getting hurt all the time.
We're not blaming him for that. We blaming him for the Russell Westbrook.
But even before Westbrook, like Anthony Davis went down when they lost to Phoenix. They had Phoenix beat.
We're not gonna blame LeBron for bubblegum injuries now. We only mad at.
But that's what's been taking place. The year they won what you want to call the bubble championship. Every year after that, Anthony Davis has not been healthy.
Yeah. Oh, Rev, I'm gonna get on Anthony Davis too now.
Yeah. So the bag was definitely well deserving. I just want to say this. I hope LeBron cracks down a little bit on this playing with Bronny stuff, because if the truth be told, if Bronny was not LeBron's son, he probably would do well to stay in college for 4 years. I mean, I've seen many high school kids play, and Bronny is not that dude. The only reason why Bronny is being talked about in that vein is because he's LeBron's son. And I think LeBron talking about, I want to play with my son, is putting too much pressure on this kid. He is not his daddy. At 18 years old, Bronny is probably the police athletic league version of his daddy. Okay? I mean, LeBron was the dude at 18 who dropped 25 points in an NBA game. His first NBA game against the Sacramento Kings. That's not his son. His son would do well to play 4 years of college basketball. So I want to say, LeBron, please cut down on, I want to play with Bronny. You may have to retire before Bronny gets to the league. And it may be that he really doesn't deserve to get into the league, but because he has your name attached to it, is why he probably will get into the league and somebody will give him a chance.
I heard the youngest kid better than him.
Yeah, Bryce. I think Bryce got more of his daddy's height. I think Bronny got more of Savannah's height. Now Bronny does have some hops. I give him that. But Bryce definitely got his daddy's height. All right. Let's switch up real quickly.
Yeah, Bronny got Savannah's height.
Yeah, he did. He's the shorter version of LeBron. All right, the Kevin Durant saga. Kevin Durant still is a Brooklyn Net, even though he's been trying to get out of there. Any thoughts? Let's just go right here. Coach, we'll start with you. Will Kevin Durant be a Brooklyn Net, or will he be on somebody else's roster when the season begins? What you got, Coach?
That talented clown and coward will be a Brooklyn Net.
Oh, shoot. That boy's stupid. Say that again, Coach. I'm sorry for being distracted.
That talented clown and coward will be a Brooklyn Net.
Okay. Any reason why?
Because he's just that kind of clown. You wanted Steve Nash. Now you're saying he should be gone. So what do you want? You ain't gonna ever be satisfied. So whatever.
All right, Red, jump in there.
I agree with Coach. they might be forced to keep him, and then might have to call his bluff, see if he gonna retire. Because as of right now, I really don't see where are they gonna send him. All these teams they keep talking about, they are not gonna give up their best asset to get him. Why would you do that when if you're gonna get Kevin Durant, you would want Durant playing with your best asset, not get rid of your best assets and then have a team with just Durant and a bunch of subs and scrubs. I'm saying if that was the case, why are these GMs going through all this trouble building up their teams just to break it up for one player, all because he's unhappy and wants out? Durant, I don't even think Durant, do you think some of these things through when you come up with these ideas? Because you talking about you want to go to Phoenix. Is Phoenix giving up Booker or CP? Because if not, I'm hanging up the phone. You talking about you want to go to the Heat. Is he giving up Jimmy Butler and Bam? One of those sharpshooters? If not, I'm hanging up the phone. And then the Pelicans was on the table. Pelicans said, we're not giving up Ingram. We're not giving up our best young asset for you, clown. They hanging up the phone. Everybody hanging up the phone on you, man. Where are you going to go? You might be stuck. The only way I'll tell you a team that might take it. The Lakers will take it, but you're going to have to take Westbrook back. You want to come play with LeBron? Exactly. So, Kevin, where you going to go? Look, brush that nappy head, and maybe you can think clearly, okay? Because you have definitely not thought this out. Where in the NBA are you going to go and have a chance to win with a team like you got in Brooklyn, but the team is not going to have to give up their best assets to get you? Come on, knucklehead. Rocks in their head. Think, buddy.
Yeah, and here the thing is Durant doesn't have any leverage because he has 4 years still as a Brooklyn Net. So the Nets have the whole leverage on their side. Plus, if they keep everything intact, they are a championship contender. You got, at least for this year, Durant, Kyrie, if he can stay healthy, and then you bring back Ben Simmons. You know, before the Ben Simmons debacle in Philadelphia, Ben Simmons was one of the top players in the league. He's still one of the best defenders in the league. So why would they give up a whole somebody like Durant rebuild when they really don't have to rebuild? Because they have a roster that's in place, and then they got the leverage over Kyrie because Kyrie has to play for another contract. So he can mess around and pout and be all upset if he wants to, try to force his way out, but that's going to hurt him in contract talks when it comes back around next year. So the Brooklyn Nets have all the leverage, and Kevin Durant, you're about to learn something that your mama didn't teach you, and that is you can't have it your way all the time. And you better realize this, that this is a new day, brother. You're going to learn that you have to take responsibility for situations that you put yourself in. LeBron is learning that in LA because Jeannie Buss playing hardball. You wanted Russell Westbrook? Well, here you got him. Okay, you wanted Russ, you got him. And you wanted Kevin Durant, you wanted Kyrie, you wanted Steve Nash. Now you got him. Learn how to deal with your choices, all right? All Durant needs is a razor to his head. Brooklyn hair cares need. Y'all are hard on Kevin Durant. All right, brothers and sisters, it's halftime of the Red and Red Sports Show. Rev is about to get out of here. He got to hit the road, but the fellas will continue to press on in spite of Red's absence. Coach, get ready to DJ. Check your sound over there so we won't hear all that stuff ruffling in the background, all right? Everybody have a blessed day. I'll see y'all next week. The Red and Red Sports Show will continue with Coach and Red.
All right, Red. Holla at you, big dog.
Peace,
Go, May. Coach, you there? Take off your mute, Coach. You got it on mute.
Put me on mute. I don't know why.
And
Okay.
what was that? I thought he left a picture of himself up. I was about to say, I know Red didn't leave no picture of himself up to have when he ain't gonna even be on the show.
All right,
Anyway,
here we go. We're coming off of halftime. And can you hear the noise, Red?
no, I got it. It's good now.
Yeah,
So you
see,
saying that
I'm
was
wondering
Rail
what-
fault?
I don't know. I'm just wondering what it was because I'm just sitting here like, what is the noise? I don't hear anything.
I think it was those sharks circling Rail's boat on the lake.
Who knows? All right, here we go. We're looking at Fernando Tatis. Oh, Lord. He's been suspended 80 games for the violation of the PED policy, and he allegedly took something to deal with ringworm. I won't comment. I'm going to leave that alone. Red, what's your comments on this very, very sad situation of a talented athlete?
I'll come in. What in the world? Ringworm? Man, I ain't heard that's in 3rd or 4th grade, dude. What are we in elementary school now? Talk about some dang ringworm. That's some stuff that one of them little kids in the ghetto got back in elementary school. And you be like, "Ugh, don't touch him. You got the dangerous touch. Ah! So now, I guess we can't touch Fernando Tatis. You got the Tatis touch. Ah! Ugh. Well, anyway. Look, man, these athletes, they got to come up with better excuses, man. I mean, ringworm. Dude, even if that was the case, why? You think we want to know that? Just say I'm sick. I had an illness. You don't have to get that specific. And then, especially over something we don't believe you anyway. Then your dad coming out saying you had some kind of hair fungus in your hair off a haircut. Man, I don't know who to believe now, coach. Was it the ringworm or was it the haircut? I mean, I just don't know. All I do know is Tatis, boy, you have got a long journey back to get your team to trust you and to believe in you again. I mean, years ago, it was you, it was Acuna, and it was Soto, and these big phenoms in baseball. Well, what has happened since then? The Nationals have won the World Series, and Soto got his ring. Braves don't won the World Series, and Acuna got his ring. And what is Tatis, who was supposed to be the best of all, doing in San Diego? Nothing. Nothing. They made the playoffs maybe once, and that was only because there was a strike during the season. What did they do last year after 162? Nothing. Fernando got his numbers, probably cheating to get them. What have they done since he been there? Not much. Any playoff series victory? Nope. So I'm just trying to figure out what is this whole Tatis big deal about anyway, because the other phenoms have taken off and done for their team what he has yet to do for his team. So yeah, this kid has a long journey back to get back to where he was, just to even get to the point where his team and organization trust him again. So I really hope this is teaching him a lesson. I hope this is humbling him, because I heard in the clubhouse, I mean, you see when he got into trouble, all the players coming out talking trash about him. So obviously he been acting like a diva in the clubhouse. So I hope this is going to be a humbling situation for him. And I hope when he returns after this 80-game suspension that he ingratiates himself in the clubhouse, ingratiates himself with his teammates, and actually become a member of the team and realize it's not all about you. It's about you and Manny and Snell and Soto and Darvish and the whole San Diego team, not just you, because you by yourself can't do it, buddy. You had a great season last year and y'all didn't even make the playoffs. So obviously, Tatis, you need your teammates to advance. You need your teammates to win big. So I hope this is humbling for him, and I hope when he returns that he realizes it's more about team than about him.
Well, you know, you look at once again, another great athlete has done something. You know, you can go out and say, well, it was an accident or everything. But here's the thing. In in all pro sports, they got doctors. And all you have to do is go to the doctor and say, hey, doc, I want to take this medicine, but I want to make sure that nothing in it is on the ban list for substance abuse, making think I'm taking PEDs to get better. How hard is that? How long a conversation could that have been? Come on now,
They say you could have went to
Fernando.
the team.
Yeah,
That you supposed to take everything you put anybody. You supposed to go get it approved by the team.
right. How long ago how long would that conversation been? You still been playing. Your Padres would have made some kind of run. Now you're not going anywhere. And like you
Excuse
said,
me, doctor. I got this medicine. Is this approved? No.
yeah,
Okay, thank you.
like you said, now your teammates don't trust you. They don't feel the same way about you. And you look at the Padres lineup that could have been, teams would have been absolutely scared to pitch around anybody. Who you gonna pitch around with that lineup? But now you're sitting somewhere, wherever you are, contemplating whenever you come back, what am I gonna do to make things right? When the only thing I can see you doing to make things right is unattainable numbers. You got to hit 60 home runs, 130 RBIs, and bat 400. That might be the only way you can save face in this one, Fernando.
Well, you still
Because
gonna have to come back and be humble. You got to come back and
yeah,
be humble and have a good performance.
yeah, got to apologize. You apologize to your teammates. Some of them took it. Some of them were like, "Yeah, right, okay," but
Oh, has he already did that? I
I
heard he was
think he's
gonna do.
apologized to him. I think for his in the organization and the fans. You
Manny
know the
probably
standard
rolling his eyes.
apology. Yeah, standard apology for when you do wrong. You got to come out in the media quickly and apologize. So, Fernando, you got a long road ahead of you, brother. So,
If anything, he
you know,
better make sure he need to go get Manny back on his side. They're gonna be one of the first people I try to get back on my side is Manny.
yeah,
Manny Machado. If you get Manny on your side, Manny will get the other guys. So you and Manny need to really make up, buddy. And Soto too. Those are the guys. I get them the best players on the team. Soto and Manny is who I'm gonna go to first and make sure we good. Then I'm gonna go make sure I'm good with the manager and the GM. I'm just saying the big players on the team, you go to them first because they'll help the other teammates.
yeah. And on a side note, I'm just glad that there's one person that I knew that played baseball who did it the right way. 3 words: Ken Griffey Jr. If he ever come out and they find out he took PDs, I'm done with baseball forever. It's over. Yeah, that'll be the
Don't
end of
worry, coach.
baseball.
Our boy does that. I'm happy. I'm happy, but it cost them. I mean, it cost them because, like I said, those other guys they were talking about Bonds and Sosa and McGuire and all that, and they
Yeah.
just forgot about old Griffey. But at least Griffey, that's right. Forget about me, and I'm in the Hall of Fame with my 600 plus home runs. So that's right,
And
Ken.
currently you got a guy that hadn't been found out, and I hope he never gets found out. That's Albert Pujols, who's doing it the right way
Oh
as
yeah,
well,
I
and
think he
still
good.
going on. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. So luckily we still got guys, and hopefully we never see this again with anybody with PEDs. Lord bless the Braves if a Ronald Acuna or a Michael Harris or one of them come up with. Oh my God, that'll shatter the Braves.
I think those kids smart enough to know to go to the team. I think the Braves, they probably preach that every day. Don't put nothing in your body without coming to us first. You hear me? Come to us
Yeah.
first. They probably got it posted on the wall in the locker room. Come to us first. Do not put nothing in your body.
I mean, not even cold medicine, anything.
Yeah.
Just find out what's going on.
That's
Okay.
why I know Ozuna is on his way out of here, because, boy, you can't keep embarrassing us like this.
All right. We got a segment, but hey, technology is allowing us to move on. We got a segment. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go to Red right after.
That red, white, and that black. That red, white, and that black. That red, white, and that black. My TV win the check, no stats. That red, white, and that black. With the Falcons on the map. That A1, that gameplay, so it ain't no looking back.
All right, Red. What do you think? You're hearing from the Falcons?
Oh, my bad, coach. I'm still listening to the beat. So we on Falcon report already?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do I think about my Falcon? Well, I tell you what I think. That was a good week last week, man. Oh, that was a good week last week. I know it's just the preseason, but hey, that's all we got right now. So we got to talk about what we got. I mean, you want football, but this is the football that we have. And I was very pleasantly surprised with my victory last week on the Falcons, especially how they pulled it off late. I love seeing our new quarterback. I mean, just looking poised out there, doing something Matt Ryan can never do, and that's making plays late in the football game. Something Matt Ryan never did. Make plays late in the football game. Clutch plays. Plays are going to put you over the top. Yeah, I don't know what that looked like. That's the first time I've seen a quarterback do something like that in Falcon Nation because I'm just not used to that. I'm used to my quarterback sucking in the clutch. I'm used to him not making plays in the clutch. You see, when you got Matt Ryan as your quarterback for 14 years, you get used to being let down in clutch situations like that. But finally, I saw a quarterback who ain't going to let me down in clutch situations, who going to do everything he can to win the game in clutch situations. And I'm talking about Marcus and the Riddler. Marcus, but the thing about Marcus is Marcus got too much to prove, and that's going to be his downfall right there. That's what's going to get Marcus hurt. So he's trying to prove to everybody that he can stay healthy for 17 games. He got to prove to everybody that he's tough. He can take hits on the football field. And that's going to get you hurt, Marcus, and that's going to get the Riddler playing earlier than we expected. But honestly, Coach, either one of those guys, I think either one of those guys is better for my Falcons with the team we have now than Indy, than that quarterback playing for Indy right now. With the team we got right now, Marcus and the Riddler are the best QBs for the team we got going forward, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they do with my Falcons going forward. I know we got a Monday night game with the Jets, but let's be real. Can't nobody gauge what their team is playing the Jets now. But we'll try now. We'll try.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and the Falcons, Arthur Smith seemed to be doing the right thing. They done stirred up something, and Dean Pease got him fired up because he wants his defense
talking
to
a
be
lot.
top notch. And Dean Pease is a little upset. He's like, hey, we got to have something going on because we trying to win. And in that division, we'll talk about all the division predictions probably next week, but the Falcons can make some noise if they just stay with it. And those
Anything go wrong with Tampa, and it's wide open.
Yeah, quarterbacks are gonna be the key. All right, now on the other side of the ledger.
Hey, you played it enough. We'll have to see it again. Just get
Yeah. You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah. You know.
Oh, I played with
Doug. Pittsburgh got the same colors as Doug High Guy. Boo! Got to get some of this maize up in here. You see this? Maize! Not Pittsburgh, not Doug High Black and Gold.
All right. As far as the Steelers go, I honestly can say the first game, of course, all the quarterbacks look good, but I'm going to say this. I really don't care who they put under center as long as it's not Mason Rudolph. Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, come on with it. Either one would be fine with me. But Mason Rudolph, they're talking about trading him. Hurry up and get that trade done and get some assets for him. And we'll see. Now, one thing I was disappointed in, and I hated that it happened, the Steelers had to let go of the running back from Ohio State, Master Teague. He hurt his ankle in a game, and he had to come out, and they say day to day, they don't know how long he's going to be out. But that young man was rolling. He had 6 carries for 36 yards, and he trucked somebody real bad in that first game of Seattle, and he could have been a
He's still
force.
on the team then, right?
Huh?
He's still on the team, right?
No, sir.
They cut him?
If nobody picks him up off waivers, they can bring him back on injury reserve, and I pray that happens because that young man can ball.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know they cut him.
Yeah, they let him go, unfortunately, because that ankle injury I think was worse than it was. So they didn't want to keep him around. He, like I say, if he don't get picked up on waivers, he could be back on injury reserve, and I hope that happens so he can stay with the team. But your fellow Georgia Bulldog, George Pickens, Pickens is destroying people left and right. So they're saying he's the next Hines Ward. I hope that's the case. That's big shoes to fill, but
We'll see. We'll
he's
see when
doing
the
the
season
damage right
starts.
now. He can play. He's balling. They said he should have been a number one pick, but a draft pick in the first round. But of course, the injury, the ACL tear and everything messed him up. But I'm glad he fell to the Steelers because we could use a punisher like that who just, hey, he doesn't care about hitting DBs. He'll go. He's confident, and he's going to help big time. So hey, we'll see tonight how he feels if he plays a lot tonight. I don't think a lot of them going to play tonight.
Now
So
you know Kenny Pickett gonna be your starter,
yeah,
right?
Pickett going for the season.
Yeah,
No, I think that
yeah.
Tomlin has come out. And said Mr. Trubisky is the one. That's Mike Tomlin. That's Mike T. He
If those
knows.
guys play any close to the same, you might well put the kid up in there
But you
because the
know,
kid
I
gonna be
look
there
at
longer.
Trubisky. I look at Trubisky, and I've kept softened to him because he actually got the Bears to the playoffs with that scrub team. I don't know how he got the Bears to the playoffs, and they said he looked good in Buffalo. So I'm all for this. Is my philosophy. I give you a chance until you mess up, and then we'll move. Well, we'll move on from you. I give you a chance. It's not going to be a long time. Not going to be 5, 6, 7 games. Oh,
What
believe
was
me,
that?
they'll
Was
snatch
that
him if
Chuck
you're
No?
not
Was
doing.
that Chuck No ghost whispering at you?
Yeah, we'll see what happens with Mr. Pickett and Mr. Trubisky. One of them gonna have to go. One of them gonna have to fall. All right.
Well, it's like both our teams in the same situation with the quarterbacks. We both got rookie quarterbacks and both got vets who we're not sure if they got anything left for. Like you say, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Dana, I love you, but don't put anything with the Eagles on this picture on this page again, please. We do not want anything from the Eagles. We will slap the Eagles when we see them.
Or better
Dante said,
that than the Cowboys.
"Oh Lord, Dante said Pickens was the best wide receiver in the draft. My opinion, he's certainly looking like it." Joe Black going out on a limb. He said Falcons will have a winning record. That might not be too far fetched, depending on what happens
It's
to Joe
not
Black.
really, yeah, Lincoln. I told you, we in the weak division. Anything go wrong with Tampa, and that division wide open.
Well, speaking of Tampa, Tom Brady, and we can get on that while we still have a little time. There's rumors about Tom Brady going around. One rumor is that he stepped away from the team to go be on the show The Masked Singer on Fox. I say, is that having cachet or what? Where you can just step away from the team and go be on a TV show, and they don't say anything. Now, anybody else tried that? Fine, suspension, probably kicked off the team. But Tom Brady can go and do that and then come back. That's just a rumor. Like I said, I haven't seen it. I
I
watched The
kind of heard
Masked
those
Singer from
rumors
time to
myself.
time.
So
Huh?
I heard those rumors myself.
Yeah, I watch The Masked Singer from time to time. If I see Tom Brady come from under the mask of the hornet or the dog or something like that, I'm gonna have some concerns. Tampa Bay,
That
that y'all let him.
would be the talk of the week. So if that's where he at, that's one masked singer you might want to stay masked because
Yeah, you
if
might
you
want to
take
not
that hat
reveal
off
yourself.
and we see you up under there and be like, well, that's where you been the past 2 weeks. Oh yeah, you definitely gonna be answering some questions
And
because
of course,
it's football season, dude. It ain't time to play games on reality shows. But I tell you what, if anybody can get away with it, it's him.
Yeah, and of course the Bucks are gonna say, well, we granted them permission to go do that. This is just preseason. We're not gonna play in preseason anyway. So yeah, which they probably not. He probably won't touch the field preseason. So hey.
I'm
And
saying
Thomas said,
he could get away with it.
yeah, Thomas says being a winner has privileges. Yeah, it does have a privilege being who you are. The self-proclaimed GOAT. Well, not self-proclaimed. Everybody has acknowledged that he is the NFL GOAT for quarterbacks. I'm not
Joe
going to say
Montana.
overall.
Joe Montana got something to say about that.
Okay, Joe Montana. And yeah, so Tom Brady is able to sneak away and do his thing. Hey, more power to him. All right, we got anything else, Red, that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, we got to hop on this Ozuna arrest real quick.
That's right. Mr. Marcel Ozuna. What you got about him, Red, before I just really smile and say something?
Lord have mercy. Dude, why are you holding out your MLB card talking about you so drunk you can barely get it out. Almost rooted with brains. Let it breathe. You ain't gonna take me to jail. You ain't taking your drunk, sorry butt to jail. Dude, who you think you are? Hank Aaron, David Justice, Freddie Freeman, where your sorry butt there? If I'm a cop pulling over and I see your sorry butt, you doggone right I'm taking you to jail just to get you off the team. You killing the team. Why wouldn't I take you to jail? That sorry 205 batting average, man. Don't be holding out no major league card to me. Are you crazy? That's Jazz coach. Marcelo Zuna holding out his car. Just imagine, that's like me pulling up a car and I see Matt Ryan in the car. You think I ain't taking Matt Ryan to jail? Boy, get out the car, put your hands behind your back, stay silent, because you going in, partner. I'm doing this to help the team. So, thank you to those Gwinnett County policemen. Thank you for getting Marcel out of the lineup. Because who knows, Snit probably would have been tempted to put him in the lineup versus the Astros. But thank you. Thank you, Gwinnett County Police. Bravo. Make sure, keep this guy out the lineup. Now, I'm making sure Snit ain't going to put him in the lineup the whole weekend now. All because of that arrest. So, look, Marcel, dude, you are playing too bad to be making mistakes like this. Now, you was already on thin ice anyway, and you already probably been hearing whispers that the Braves probably gonna get rid of you in the offseason. Well, all the whispers and all the rumors, you just guaranteed them, buddy. So whatever the Braves were thinking about doing, I can promise you they gonna do. Coach, this is last season with the team.
Well, he can say this. He did win a ring, so he can take that ring, shine it up real nice, and he can keep it.
I want
Thomas
that
said
ring back.
should have told him he was old to be young again, McDowell. Yeah, but you know what? And in all seriousness, I think Ozuna is fighting something inside of him because of his benching, and he's not playing well. It's something. Thomas said, "My name's Pascal Perez. I'm lost."
He probably got away with it.
Boy, we remember that episode. That was a tragic episode for Pasquale. Bless his heart. But I really think he's fighting something.
What show is it, Coach?
I don't know.
But
I think
thought
he's
it was an old
fighting
Atlanta episode or something.
real baseball players of Atlanta.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, something's going on with Ozuna. Last year, you get in an altercation with your wife or girlfriend, and this year, he's fighting something bad. Armani said, "Is the Uber and Lyft app not working for a professional athlete?" Yeah, it's working big time, Armani. But
yeah,
when you're
it's working
inebriated,
purpose. They just dumb butts not using it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They just not taking the chance to use it. I don't know why. And I can side note, and this is a true statement, so don't think I'm lying. I had done Uber before, and I actually took, I don't know if you all remember from North Carolina, Tyler Hansborough, took him to the Chipotle because he was hungry. He came from the Four Seasons Hotel. He said, "Take me to Chipotle," and he even bought me something. So I can say Uber and Lyft is working. It works.
For real, Coach?
Yeah, seriously.
You told us that story?
I did Uber before, and I had a ball. You meet a lot of different people doing
Uber.
I
remember you doing it, but I'm saying the Tyler Hansborough, he bought your son. He said, "Whatever you want, Coach."
Yeah, he said, "What you need?" He said, "What you need?" We talked for a minute. I told him I was a Carolina fan. Oh, he loved it. We talked for a minute.
Yeah,
he's a cool
dude. That
what it was
too. Right there.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I mean, you see some of those people, they're real cool when they're by themselves and not in the public eye. I guess that's what it is. But yeah, Armani, you're absolutely 100% right. If you know you sitting throwing back tequila shots and doggone mojitos or whatever they drink, you should go get a what's the name? You should get a ride somewhere. Somebody should have tried to call him a ride. Vincent Knight, yeah, you do meet some interesting people, Vince. I can tell you that right now. You meet some very interesting and people we're talking about Uber on a side note was bad. It's very fun. You get to talk to a lot of people about different things. Yeah, and if you if you're a pro ball player, you ought to have that right there by on your phone, or Uber or Lyft. Armani, I'm a sailor. We the drunkest folk out here, and it works for us. So no excuse, none at all, Armani, none. He should have found somebody.
He supposed to go into the bar and throw them keys up on the bar and say, "Line them up, shawty," because I
if you
ain't
want to
driving
drink,
tonight. Just line them up.
and here's the thing again: if you want to do that kind of drinking, don't you have a big enough house to do it in? I mean, don't you
Thank
have
you.
things at home?
What did I just do? I'm in my house myself. Just go by the liquor store and buy you one of these. Go home and have fun, dude.
I mean, you can do all that drinking if you want to drink, watching TV in your house, let's pass out on your couch. Good to go. If that's what you do, I'm not
Good
advocating
to
it,
go.
but if that's what you do, you good to go right there on your couch, sleep, relaxing, whatever you do. Hey, have at it, brother. So
I just
Marcel,
don't understand these dunk athletes. Like, dude, what is the point of building these big $1 million mansions and all this, buying the biggest house possible if you ain't never in it? Go
right.
home. Stay at what are you what can you buy that bought you? You man, coach. If I got money like that, I'm having every liquor imaginable. In my spa, I'm having wine, red wine and white wine for my ladies when they coming over. I'm having my bar stacked up with my hard liquor for when my guys come over. Man, these athletes, I swear, it's amazing how lame some of these guys really are. How you don't know how to live, man? How you don't
Yeah.
know how to live? I mean, these are simple stuff, dude. You got broke guys working at UPS like me. They can have fun, get drunk, get whatever. And dude, ain't no cops around, nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
What's
it's
going on?
ridiculous.
Brothers, man, you supposed to
Your
know how to
lifestyle
have
should,
fun without getting arrested.
yeah, your lifestyle should dictate that you got all these advantages that a lot of people don't have, and you can have these same advantages like you said, that big house you got. You can do whatever certain people do to be able to enjoy yourself. If drinking is what you do, you got a bar at the house. Drink all you want, but you
You can
know,
call a teammate over. Whatever teammate say, come on, partner, man. I feel like drinking tonight. Just come on over. Well, that teammate gonna need to drive home. But I'm saying, call your neighbor over. Just say, come on, neighbor. Hey, I
and
feel like drinking tonight.
and our money say you can hire a driver. Sure can. You got money, you can pay a driver. And you know, Vincent said they lack simple life skills. And the good thing
You
about it
ain't
is
lying,
none of
Vince,
these
because
guys do
some of
better
this
than the
stuff these
ones that don't.
athletes get. Oh, sorry, coach.
That's okay. It's just amazing how, like you said, athletes get in trouble like this by taking common sense and throwing it in a trash can and doing stuff like you're doing. It's amazing. You want to blow that much money because you can't hold your liquor, or you doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. How do you want to blow that money? Two
Or you
words.
having 30, 40 different masseuse.
Yeah, two words, people. For y'all need a role model to follow, and he not the only one. Tim Duncan. And I'll leave it at that. Tim Duncan. You never heard
Or
about him getting in trouble. He might have drunk till the cows come home, but you never heard about it. Because he was somewhere relaxing in a hotel or at his house. Like, I don't have to go anywhere tonight. I can get drunk. I can stay at the house and fall asleep right here on this couch or this bed, or things like that. You got to use more common sense. That's the whole thing about the common sense factor.
I got 3 more for you, coach, and we talked about them earlier too. For the ones with families, Ken Griffey Jr.
Again, play the game the right way. And like I said, who knows? Jokers like him, Derek Jeter, those kind of guys, they may have gotten drunk to I use the old phrase, Cooter Brown.
They
may have
did.
got
You
that
remember
drunk.
the story Barry Bonds said when they was all sitting in somebody's basement, him, Griffey, and somebody else, and they were having a good time drinking, and that's when Barry decided to cheat because he was wondering why all those guys were getting. You remember they told this story where Barry Griffin was sitting. I guess they were sitting in somebody's basement, and Barry was wondering, well, why McGwire and Sosa was getting all the popularity, and he was like, well, if they getting all the popularity, maybe I should try it.
I
And I
mean,
think Griffin said he thought about it, but he didn't. But Barry went ahead and tried, and that's when he started. That's when the Balco stuff came into effect. But I'm
yeah.
to say the fact they all sitting down in somebody's house just having a good time drinking. Hey, did any one of them get any DUIs?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, I tell you, it's just amazing that thought process is behind some of these young guys, and well, whatever you
I'm
do,
sleeping at my teammate house if I get too drunk. I'm just saying
right?
my car gonna be saved. I don't care if I gotta get up early next morning. I'm saying I'm gonna be sober. You are not gonna catch me as an athlete drunk in a DUI. You just not. I'm sorry. I call somebody. I call a relative to come pick me up. It ain't. I'm not gonna be behind the wheel. I promise you that. As an athlete, that got to be
And,
one of the dumbest things you could do. You
and if
got
you're some,
access to everybody, everything.
yeah, if you're somebody's house and y'all kicking and relaxing, and that's for anybody. You see one of your buddies that know he shouldn't be on the road, man, go on over there in that upstairs bedroom and go to sleep, sleep it off. When
Yeah,
you feel
I'll
better,
lay right here on the
then you
couch.
can
Put
go
the cover
on
over
the
me.
couch or anywhere, sleep it off, and then when you feel better, then you can go. But right now, you're not
Might
able.
might get might get some breakfast the next morning if you're lucky.
Yeah, you depend on who you are.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. While we talking about it, you have the right. Who has the right to do what? Here we go.
It's just like Marcelo Zuda had the right to remain silent.
Yeah, right
All
into it.
right.
Bless his heart.
That's enough. All right, Marcel. We ain't gonna keep getting on you, man. I hope you learn your lesson, buddy. But you ain't gonna be on the team next year, so all right, coach. Braves, you got a right to stay hot, man. I mean, 4 out of 5 this week. Winners of 10 out of your last 11. Keep on pounding the Braves. Keep on beating up on the Astros tonight, so we can finally whittle the Mets down. Because our last 3 games are with the Mets. So all we gotta do, stay within 3 or 4 games of the Mets. Rest of the year, we'll be ready to steal that division come the end of the season. But I love my Braves. I love the vibe they got going. I just want them to keep it hot. So Braves, you have a right not to remain silent. Stay loud, stay hot, stay balling.
Exactly. Preseason, you have the right to hurry up and end because we can't watch too many more preseason games. Oh gosh, help us, please. Now, these preseason games, they have some moments, but like Rev said way early in the show, some of these guys gonna be working at Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme, or some local Kroger, or
Hey, wait, what's up with
IBM.
UPS? I remember that used to be the big spot that the guys come to. No more
You might see
UPS.
some next in a couple of weeks. That you said, didn't you play for the Falcons? And yeah, man, I was there for a minute. Yeah. So
Yeah,
ready
now
for the
go pull
regular
my
season.
bin out, sucker.
Yeah, take care of that. Vincent said, Trey Lance, you had a right to stay healthy and continue to ball out. It's your time, young fella. Yeah, he
Man,
got
Vince,
some
they
big
putting a lot
shoes.
on that kid, boy. I hope he ball out.
Yeah, San Francisco has looked to be one of the teams this year. They're getting that tough division with Arizona and Los Angeles. So we'll see, San Francisco. You got a good young team. We will see. Thomas said, Falcons, you had a right to prove the critics wrong. Yeah, Thomas, and you say that. I think it's some teams in the NFL that's going to surprise a lot of people this year. And it's going to be some teams that they picking to finish dead last. And that's the beauty of the game. They're going to sneak up and say, surprise, here we are in the playoffs. You said we'll finish last. Oops. So
That's the
let's do
NFL.
that.
That's why we
Vincent
love them.
said they're gonna be working at Publix. Yeah, make sure they can tell me what the BOGOs are, Vince, so I know which one they are. Which ones are the BOGOs, so I can go in there and get them. They should know them.
Working at Publix, having that sub line long as it can be because they don't know how to make a sub sandwich in 5 minutes. No, I rather go to UPS. Don't go to Publix holding up the line.
I tell you what, when you said Publix, you make me want to go get one of them chicken tender subs. Oh my goodness, make me clap my hands every time I get it. I had one time that was so good, I started to go back in there about 3 or 4 and just put them up. I said, wow.
Or go there, you might see Frank Darby for the Falcons making it.
Oh my goodness, he might be there. And remember Kurt Warner, what he did before he became famous. You never know.
Yeah.
who you gonna find. But
Oh, that was his fault right there. He the one told Steve Mariucci he want to go in the game. Did you
yeah,
see the
Vincent.
movie?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw it
Didn't want
finally.
to go public fried chicken to make you slap your mama. No, I ain't slapping my mama. No, it's good, but I ain't slapping her because I might get a shoe to the head, might be
For
unconscious
real.
somehow.
You gonna
And
get a remote?
Vince,
Go get a remote thrown at me or something.
Red Vince is asking you, how's your mom?
Oh, getting better. Moving much better than she was before. She walking around. She can actually walk down the steps and answer the door now. But doing much better, Vince. Thank you for asking, brother. Because yeah, that back then when she had that surgery, man, that was some trying times. But we made it through, brother. I appreciate the concern. Getting
All
better day
right.
by day.
We always praying
Thank
for.
you everybody for your concern. We appreciate it, and Mom appreciate it too.
And Thomas decided to end the note after we just had a good conversation by saying, "Public chicken will make you dig up grandmama and slap."
Not my grandmama, maybe yours.
Oh Lord!
Like I
All
say, he
right,
trying to get
man.
us beat down. First, you gonna get
Yeah,
us beat by our mamas, then you gonna get us whooped by our grandmamas.
Lord have mercy. And Ben said, "Good stuff. The nation is rooting for always." Yeah, we know. We're gonna make sure
Thank
that
you, Red
mom is
Knight
okay.
Nation. Miss Loretta Rose, love you and appreciate all of you.
And all right,
She getting ready to watch her Antioch East Baptist Church service tomorrow at 10:45 on my page.
all right. That seemed to be all, y'all. We thank
Yeah, we
everybody
just had
for
to come back and
watching.
show you that we still here.
We will be back live at 11 o'clock. Hopefully next week. It'll be 11 next week. But
Now, I think our NFL preview is either next week or the week after.
it might be the college preview next week. But it's gonna be one of them.
UGA, baby. And no coach think it's USC gonna come up in that top four. We gonna see. We gonna see what Lincoln Riley do in the Southern California. I think he gonna do some good stuff though, coach. So if not this year, next year.
All right, y'all. We are out of here.
What kind of music is that? Y'all change the soundtrack over, man. We got this Pretty Woman music up in here.
We'll see y'all next week.
Got me feel like I want to go to the movies and watch a romantic comedy now.
Okay.
See y'all next week.
Take care.